Hey everybody, this is Blue. How are we doing today? Well, I wanted to talk about levels, about how well systems support advanced levels. One of the things I dislike about the clones, all the D20 variants and all that, is that they're designed to stop at level 20. And that sucks. This is one of the advantages that Rolemaster has over D&D and the clones, is that you can be a higher level. And so you can have a level 25 druid in Rolemaster systems, but that is not allowed, that's not possible in D&D and the clones. And so I think if you have a limit like that on the game, you are limiting the game. There are so many characters that we love, and we put them on epic campaigns. What happens when they level up and it's like you're level 20, you're done, and so it's kind of like, why adventure and all that? I think role-playing games should be more flexible and have more abilities to advance and keep on role-playing. Now, I understand that with D&D, they do the stat modifications as you progress in levels, and so there's only so much you can do. That sucks. And so it makes me think of Surratt. Surratt was one of my favorite PCs I ever had. He was a tarot mage. And so being a tarot mage, you have to have the tarot deck. And to have it, you don't buy it, you have to make it. Surratt had to make a 78 card tarot deck. He would not have been able to complete it if he did any outside adventuring before reaching level 20 in D&D and the clones versions. In Rolemaster, he was level 40 something when he finally completed the deck. I mean, there are some powerful cards, and so he had to create the card. Well, he had to create the card base. He had to cleanse it, paint part of it, and do these nightly rituals on each card to create this card that would hold certain spells to it so that he could pull out his tarot card and do his thing. And you can't do multiple at once. This was a one card at a time. And then, he was doing other adventuring with the group. And so he advanced in so many ways. If this would have been D&D, he would have only been halfway through the deck and he would have been level 20, and it's just like, and that's done. I loved adventuring with that particular group. That was my favorite group. Maynor, Calm, Victor, and all them. Kali. And so, it sucks that you can only adventure so far. And then, the point of role-playing is done. Because you're level 20 now. You're done. Woohoo. And so I like Rolemaster more because you can go higher levels. There is really no level limit in Rolemaster. When they go into the deities and all that, they've had in their Shadow World concept, gods or lords of Auron or whatever it was, 500 level. Okay, and so you can have the concept of, let's say you are Christian or Muslim, whatever the case may be, Jewish too, You could take your god, a la however you want to classify it, and say that he is a level 1 million entity and actually draw the stats out for it. And that'd be just fine with Rolemaster systems. Can't do that with D&D. I found it, funny and kind of dumb, in my opinion, that, with that 20 level cap, Zeus and all the other, gods from other mythologies was just really limited. And so the D&D and the clones does not support anything over 20th level. And I think that's very limiting to the game. You can, in Rolemaster, then have level 500 and something dragons. The ultimate dragon in standard mythology is the Leviathan, the largest dragon out there. There's nothing bigger than that, right? We'll make it a level 700 dragon so that its level reflects its size, how special and awesome it is. Can't do that with D&D. And so this is one of the things that led me to make the great decision that I'm working on right now. I am going to rebuild Rolemaster. I'm going to make it my own game. I am basically rewriting every concept of Rolemaster to create my own game to get past limitations. Because even Rolemaster has some limitations. They have rules on how strong a PC can be. No, I'm not going to do that. You can increase the cost, make it a little bit harder for them to gain strength, okay? But to say, okay, after your 50th skill rank in this, you're done. Nah, don't want that. That's kind of boring. See, my reasoning on that is they have Rolemaster Systems has a limit on every skill. And no, I want there to be the chance for somebody to be exceptional at a skill. I want somebody that can be like, this is not a challenge because, of who they are. They devoted so many development points into creating this one skill that they are awesome about. So why not? I mean, I gotta use some historical references here. It would be like doing a dungeon crawl, and you are about ready to enter this dungeon, and they have a puzzle. It's a math puzzle. You want to challenge them, but you also want to have some fun. Why can't you have a PC that is as smart as Einstein? Somebody that could just walk over there and go, answer is 3.14159527387 pi. And then just, they're done. They figured it out. Or having a debate, you are trying to use some diplomacy, trying to finagle your way in and out of situations without resulting into combat. What happens if, the PC then has to go against somebody that's like Winston Churchill when it comes to giving speeches, who was an epic orator? Okay? Or maybe, you have somebody that is as smart as Neil deGrasse Tyson when it comes to space. You're trying to outwit somebody that has basically multiple PhDs in science. Why can't we have somebody awesome like that? And I was just referring to the thinking part. Why can't we have somebody that is freakishly strong? Rolemaster in many ways does not allow that. They have charts, of course, that say that the Hobbit can only be so big, weigh so much, can only lift this much, that much, and do this, how fast they can run. why not have it where they could develop some freakish skills? So I don't think that Rolemaster supports above normal stats, above normal abilities. And I think that needs to be addressed in the game that I'm rebuilding. One of the other major limitations to D&D and the clones is their spell lists. They only go up, I think it was 9th level or 10th level spells. Oh no, wait, there's more. But anyway, their spell list only goes so high. Well, Rolemaster has kind of the same issue, but not as bad, because their spell lists go from 1 to 50. But there is this point in where, they're spaced out. They got 1 through 20, awesome. But then it's 25, 30, 35, it gets gaps, and from 40 to, then it's 40 to 50. So that's a 10 level gap, which is kind of, I think not realistic. And so I'm rewriting the spell list structure. And in my spell list structure, we're going to support up to level 100 spells. Now, for those of you who do not play Rolemaster, take whatever number I give divided by 5, and that's the level equal in D&D in the clones terms. So if I'm talking level 100, we're talking about level 20 spells. Okay? And so on the standard Rolemaster list, they have 24 spells. On my revised version that I'm working on, we're going to have 30. And so they're spaced out a little bit more smoothly, because you have 1 through 10, yes, but 12 through 30 are by twos. And so these spells are getting stronger, so they should be a little bit harder to learn, which means you have to space them out more and more. And by doing this way, I would be able to support higher level characters in my game. And I think that is something that a lot of people should put in consideration. I'm making this video also because I am a part of a couple of groups on Facebook where they are talking about building their own games. How do we do this? How do we do that? There is so much to consider when building your own game. I don't want to go into too many specifics on what I'm doing, because it's going to be my game, and if it turns out pretty good, I'm going to convert it all to PDFs and have it printed off and sell it, possibly. So you got to protect what you're building, because it is your intellectual property. But what is the highest level that you've ever had? Have you ever maxed out on D&D and the clones? Did you ever do a level 20? I, through some bad game dynamics, have created some very high level creatures and PCs, and it really, really destroyed the game dynamics, the game balance. I mean, it was a joke. See, in Rolemaster, they have level bonuses and your skill growth. Well, I didn't put any type of restriction on it whatsoever, and so they were gaining 13 points, per skill level, for each skill level that they increase on their weapons. And that can really add up quickly. Well, the higher their offensive bonus became on their weapons, they scored more experience points. They're doing a little bit of the murder hobo on some of these things, because it's just like, 10 level 12 orcs, let me get my dagger out, and you can go through them before they stand a chance. And so that was kind of ruining the game. And so everything has to be put in consideration. On the level 3, on the +3 level bonuses for like Rollmaster, I had to tone it down so they got the +3 for the first 20 levels, a +2 on the next 20 levels, and then past that, so level 41 and higher, all they got was a +1 level bonus on every skill, because they were still able to advance and show that they had some specialty in that field, but they weren't coming out with a $1,300, no, $100, duh. They're not coming out with a 13,000 offensive bonus for the battle axe. And yeah, I had that once, and like I said, it really destroyed the game. So that's a lot for everybody to think about. I would love to hear your comments down below. Tell me how to feel on the D&D and clones when you're told that you're level 20 and you're done role-playing with that character. I mean, yes, technically you can still go out and adventure, but, what's the point? So everybody, please take care. Be at peace.